Welcome back. We're gonna do some shooting. I made up a ladder low for the 25 Creedmoor. I'm gonna try to knock down the horsepower on that feet per second. See if I can find a good load in there that's accurate. If I could get around 27.5, that'd be pretty sweet, I think. Got a match coming up this Sunday. Pretty excited for it. Hopefully I don't totally suck, but by golly, we'll have fun doing it, make some money, go bang. This was a target the other day. My buddy Josh and I were out here shooting. I have a little mini PRS course that I made up there, and he hasn't shot PRS before, and he's going to join me this Sunday. It'll be his first PRS shoot. Looking forward to having him come down with me. I'm going to get this up here. Wind is kind of gusty, about 10 miles an hour, straight out of the south. So wind shouldn't be that big of a factor. We'll see. Right in my face, or should be. This is 25 Creedmoor, 133 grain burger bullet. We're shooting today a Hodgdon 4350, H4350. I had a hell of a time. I wanted to do 5 loads per charge or weight. Man, just like everything else that usually happens to me. I had some effed up stuff happen last night. My 2 days ago is working perfectly. I filled it up, calibrate it, filled up full powder. The RCBS Chargemaster 1500 was a big flop. Spit. I hate that Hornady lock and load dispenser because it constantly overthrows. I've adjusted the speed, I've adjusted the trickle, I've put in the straw. I've done it all with that Hornady, and it constantly overthrows. It's a real pain in the ass. So I got this RCBS Chargemaster 1500. Like I said, it was working perfectly, filled it up with powder, would not dispense. So I go through the manual, I go through on YouTube, and apparently there's some issues with these things and their control boards and whatnot. Made in China, shocker. Thanks a lot, RCBS. I recalibrated, I reset, I tried this, I tried that, wouldn't work. So I pick it up, I dump the powder in the Hornady. As I set the RCBS back down, I set the tray back on it, starts to dispense with no powder in it, of course. I'm like, I'll be damned. I really wanted to use it because that RCBS is quicker. The other day I was loading some 25 Creedmoor. I think I twisted up 50, had no overcharges whatsoever. I don't know how accurate those were on the weight charges, but no overcharges whatsoever. Spit. So last night I get in there, I really want the RCBS. Do the exact opposite, take the Hornady, I dump the powder back on the RCBS, get it all set back up, go to dispense, no dice. Repeat, put it back on the Hornady, set the RCBS back down, put the tray back on, boom, starts dispensing. I realize that there's 2 parts to that damn thing, and there's a control board connector in between the parts. It was loose. Every time I'd set that down or move it a little bit, you get that connection back, and I'd set the empty tray on there with the and all of a sudden it'd start dispensing. But as soon as I put powder in it, I don't know if the weight of the powder in there made that connection bad or what, it would not dispense. Long story short, I had some issues last night. It got past midnight and things weren't clicking right, so I was just lucky. I just did 3 per weight. I did a 40, 40.2, 40.4, 40.6, 40.8, 41, 41.2, 41.4, 41.6, 41.8, 42, and then a 42.5. And then I twisted up 10 of the recommended load that Kenny sent with the rifle, and I think that's 43.6. So I know it shoots pretty well. I just never ran it on my lab radar to confirm the numbers that he had sent me. I also have some stuff loaded up that I'm gonna use to burn and get that lab radar tuned in. That thing's real picky. It does not like to work sometimes, and I hate to get in a string of what counts and that thing not go off. It may still happen, I don't know. But I have some Peterson small rifle primer brass loaded up with RL17 at 41.5 grains. spit that we're gonna kind of burn up and get things calibrated and tuned in. It's weird, that Peterson large rifle primer brass, straight out of the box, loaded it up, no issues thus far. That small rifle primer brass, there's a couple of them that won't chamber. And I don't know if the shoulder's just longer on it or what. The overall length's the same, they're loaded exactly the same. Straight out of the box, I'll have some that chamber perfectly, some that just feels like you're hitting a wall and won't chamber. So hopefully we don't have any issues today. I'm going to spare you my bang on this. We're just going to get right to it. I'm going to go ahead and try to crank through these. I'll include you in on some shots and maybe some numbers, but I don't want to bore you. I don't want to make a video that's 25 minutes long either. So without further ado, let's get to shooting. Okay, I have the lab radar set up here. Doing a little differently today. Got it on the table. Hopefully we can get her to work. I'm gonna start off with some of this Peterson small rifle primer. Make sure that radar is working all right. Let's get this puppy warmed up. I have my little Magneto Speed barrel chiller I'm gonna be using today. I'm gonna try. I hate shooting slow. I love to just bang stuff out and get it done. I want to try to give this all a good set of data on each of these rounds, and so I'm going to try to shoot a group of 3.
Tell her to chill! We're all going to be like 3 little Fonzies here. And what's Fonzie like? Come on, Yolanda, what's Fonzie like?
Cool.
What?
Cool.
Correctamundo.
Put this chiller in for a couple minutes and then shoot the next group. Pretty sweet. You can find that on my Amazon store. Here we go. Could not track projectile. Try to move her back a little. Here's another that I had a hard time chambering before. Not gonna go. We'll not force that any more than we need to. Could not track projectile. Once again, let me scoot this over a little bit. If any of you are watching out there and know what's going on with this thing, please comment below and let me know what I'm doing wrong. Sometimes I can get it work like a charm, sometimes it just won't read anything. I get it closer to the gun, I get it further away, I get it closer to the end of the barrel, further back. I don't know, can't figure it out. Could not track projectile. Alright. Still no read. Alright. We're on our last string of the test. Just finished that up. And then I'm going to shoot 5. Everything up to this point's been 3 rounds of these. I'm going to shoot 5 of this recommended load from the builder of this rifle, which is 43.6, I do believe. Got some interesting numbers. Got some interesting groups too. It finally got that lab radar figured out. We're working. Only had 2 errors out of all those shots. 36 shots, I had 2 errors. That tripod it's on sucked. All right, let's go. Recommended load here. I'm not even close on powder charge to this recommended load, and the builder said it was at 29.25. I just shot 42.5 at 29.32. That goes to show you what altitude and temperature will do for things, I guess. Let's see what kind of numbers I get out of this puppy. Let it rip, Tater Chip. Yep, it's a lot hotter. I was out here shooting the other day, and I dialed in my dope based off that Hornady app at 29.25, and I was high. That'd explain it. That's why you always check and verify everything. Plus, it's fun to shoot. 3009. Tell it's got a lot more kick at this charge. Damn, that's a good group so far. Spit. 2990. 3000. 2996. There's our 5. Let's see what we get. Average 2996. ES of 23, SD of 8.8. I have 5 more of those loaded up. I'm going to shoot them again. We're going to let this cool off a little bit. We're going to shoot it again. This barrel's staying pretty cool today. That little barrel chiller really works. It does help out a lot. Usually this 25 Creedmoor gets hot quick. Alrighty, there's my warm-up rounds with that RL-17. And we got into the 4350 here. 40 grains, 40.2, 40.4. 40.6, 40.8, 41, 41.2, 41.4, 41.6. This had a crazy swing of numbers between those two. 3-shot group there, 42.5. There's the recommended load. Those are 5-shot groups. The numbers didn't turn out real well on those. Hell of a group though. I think I'm going to try to work a load in here somewhere. Man, that's makes you want to go for more there. And somewhere in here, like 40.7, I don't know. Something to play with, but I got some better data to work with coming up for this tournament. 3041. Hot, hot, hot. Smith, 3026. Having really good luck at 40.6, 40.8. Average velocity at 40.6 was 2836. Extreme spread of 10. SD of 4.9. And at 40.8, average velocity is 2863. Extreme spread 11. SD of 5.9. Spit. As always, thanks for tuning in. Till next time, be safe.